Hi there, Selective Collective. This is Kim here to do a collective reading for you. I went ahead and pulled these cards for the purpose of going into a meditation and having the spirit channel the messages through first beforehand so I could get a better picture of what they were trying to tell me. It's just a different way of doing these readings. So it was interesting. I got some good messages. Okay, so we start up here at the top. You have the raven's head, and you have the creator energy. Really strong on talking about source, God, creator with me, and allowing that part of source, God, creator to be inside of you, which makes you special, which makes you divine children here to create. With the power that has already been bestowed unto you, that's like inherited, it is yours. You are the children, and there's something that's going to be pretty big that you're here to create. That's why the raven's head is coming out. It is a really important message that life's work is about to start. It's about to begin. This is not the great work, like the great work would be maybe your whole lifetime. This is a pivotal point. This is a point in which, I'll talk about this more, but the new energy that is rising, the new energy that is here, is going to enable you to create effortlessly, with joy, with fun, the way that it was meant for you to enjoy. You have a lot of things that connect in with this energy coming through. You have spiritual gifts and abilities of which are being amplified and made known to all that acknowledge or want to make it part of their belief system. Okay? And that's what they're telling me. The group that I'm channeling for tonight is more so claircognizant. You can look at what your strength is as a person. How do you learn? Do you learn from hearing things more, reading, visualizing a picture, or do you have to be hands-on, or is books the way to go? Like, do you get all your information that way? What do you have to really do something? Is that the way you learn best? By doing it, like, let me figure this out with my hands, and now that I've done it with my hands, now I know it and I've learned something. We each have different learning styles, and they're giving me that in comparison to your spiritual gifts and abilities. We'll go to the route, or through the route where you learn the easiest, and that's another just a way or a tip that they were giving me. Let me explain the claircognizant. So these are people, the way that they're giving it to me, and because it just kind of, I already knew the definition, but this actually expanded it a little bit more for me. It's a person who has a lot of knowledge. We get knowledge from study, books, learning things, learning about things. Yes, it could be things that are already stored, maybe in your DNA or your cell structure from a past life, or you can go really far out there and say you're probably containing information from your future lives. We could say that this is like a representation of accessing your Akashic records, almost like you're able to all the time. That can but see, the knowledge is there though, and they made a point to say that even it doesn't, I'm not talking about necessarily having to have traditional ways of gaining your knowledge. However, you have gained it. It has gotten to be a tool for spirit to use now. So when they're trying to channel information or having you channel information, they will definitely pick on those things that you already know about and then make the connections for you in your mind, and you feel like you're making the connections. Maybe you did in a different lifetime, but you get what I'm saying? So you get the information, it feels like it's come from out of nowhere, but there's some sort of understanding that you already had to have about different things for that particular gift to come in as being your main gift. Okay, so if you are more so a visual learner, but we also have some things that were showing me. We have some fears that are attached to receiving some information from spirit. Some people have unconscious fears just because of the way that we've been programmed in society, that might stop a gift from coming in that direction. But they're wanting you to know that no matter what, like if you're not clairvoyant, then there's another area that's going to be more amplified. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if that's not your main mode, that you're not like losing skills. You're actually, it would be in some different area that it would be amplified in some way. So what I'm saying about the fears, or the way that society has stigmatized receiving information, or trying to make people feel like there's something wrong with them, or they are making things up, or you need some medicine for that. There's all of those things that can attach to the way if a belief of a spiritual gift or ability is to that person that is holding it, but also connected to those people around. I think that's changing though, and I think that's why they were talking about it, is that is all kind of changing. It's no longer unusual for someone to get on and say, I have a message, I'm pretty sure it's for you, so I'm going to post this, and us be like, you know what, maybe it is. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the new energy though, also, because these people, this group that I'm talking to, are here to create something with this new energy. It's part of what you're supposed to express in some kind of creative way here. You have this pearl, you have a lot of knowledge, you have a lot of wisdom. You also have like this maybe understanding of hidden wisdom, magic, things that they don't talk about. Maybe it appears like magic, you know what I'm saying? But whatever it is, you're here to create with this new energy. And right now, we'll move on to these cards. They're bringing up, this is the new energy, by the way. This is where I'm getting that main part of the reading, is to talk about new energy and changes. Sulfur and apocalypses. So sulfur is like a purging card. It's the up and out of there. It's purging. We see that, you can see this on a very basic level of a lot of awakenings taking place all at different times. You know what I mean? All at different times, all in different levels. So when a person's purging, then of course the world's going to be purging too. It's all the reflection, right? So things are moving out of people's lives. It's easier to move the stuff that shouldn't really be there up and out. Right now it's easier with this energy. This energy is not supportive of being bound to anything or heavily controlled. It's drastically different. And I'll even get into more of that with the Uranus card that they gave me. But the apocalypse is here. They're saying it's very similar to a metaphor I've used before of seeing the towers fall, but then you have all this debris that comes up if you've ever seen a whole tower fall down. And they're saying that that's kind of what's happening right now with a lot of systems and things that were in place. And it had to do with an older energy system. It was more so about control and hiding stuff, big stuff in the shadows. And so you never really know, like, is it safe now? Is there another tower? Like, you can be very fearful just of the smoke and the debris because you still can't really see through it. But you're beginning to see more and more through this, and it's looking more like little specks disintegrating. It's looking more and more like the light is starting to shine through more and more. And you are supposed to be connected with people who are seeing the same or feeling the same vision of a world that actually is getting better. And this stuff is just being purged and it's being exposed. And there's going to be times where you feel like there's more fear just because of not being able to see through the debris of smoke. So they're wanting to like banish that fear for you, and to let you know that things are going to get better, no matter what other people say. No matter what other people say. And there's a tie between what you're creating that also helps everything get better and helps things get seen. The reason you can create more easily in this new energy is if at being a light worker or someone that has definite cause and purpose to create in new energy. If you resonate with that sentence, period, then it means that the reason you're able to is when all this fades, when all this darkness fades, so too goes the loss of control and the power, and that was keeping that darkness together, right? And so when that frees up, it's like people are being freed from attachments, and attachments attachments to the way the old things were going was what was keeping people in predictive programming, or thinking of only solutions that were inside the box, because there was no other way to actually live in that energy if you were too much outside of the box. This is saying this new energy is for those that can create outside of the box, bringing us to the Uranus card, which can mean rebellion, revolution, drastic change. It's quick, it's fast, it's brilliant, and it is not held down by any kind of older energy. It might be going against the grain. In fact, it probably is. It's here to bring massive change. Massive. So when I got to the bridge, they told me in specific, this is what's happening, or what you're going to be witnessing. You see how there's this little hand and then the big hand? And there's all this water, there's all this emotion, the bridge. This is a soul or group of souls who have gone from asleep, eyes closed, immature, you could say, in the soul evolution. It's like going from child to matured soul, more awakened, more alert, seeing more. This is going to be, of course, done at different levels for different people, this type of awakening, but this rise in conscious is bringing more awareness. You're going to see more maturity out of souls in general. There will always be the exception. But, so this energy is a bridge towards soul growth, development in this body. And even though some of you all have gone through years, maybe 5-10 years of some pretty big changes within your body, within your structure of your body, within how you eat, your taste for certain foods, your taste for certain music, what you create, what motivates you, what doesn't, all of those things that have been changing, even though it might seem long, you're part of a group that actually was on the fast track, because in a lot of different lifetimes, this group is the one that chose that this would be the lifetime where let's shove 100 different lifetimes all into one. Let's go ahead and overcome karma, drop it, step into completion, complete wholeness, awareness, everyone being very self-reflective. It's a beautiful energy, but it's intense, and it's still going on. But you are the revolution. You are the bringer of, what is a revelation? It's a bringer of truth through and just like this, it's dispelling the darkness. So then they gave me a message of the forest. A message of a lot of people, a lot of souls right now, being huddled as if we were trees in this forest. And it's dark. But there is this other type of comfort that comes with we're out in nature. It feels kind of wild. It feels unknown. And there are others that are going through this too. I'm not alone. Like literally so many souls going through the same thing right now. So there's some sort of comfort in that. And then they're also saying that, yeah, it was so beautiful. They said that go out into the forest someday or the woods and breathe in the energy of complete acknowledgement from all of the little critters, from all of the trees, that you're all tapped into the consciousness of the source God creator energy that allows for every living thing. Tap into that, because that love is so powerful, is so healing, and that you're stepping into a realm where there's complete awareness of this energy. That's why you feel so peaceful. That was so beautiful. I love that. Yeah, so that's what I got for the message here, and yeah.